Beach, Kāpiti Beach, the level of influence which sees at the higher scenarios where the sea level rise will actually cause inundation over the dunes and back in, depending on the level of the land. Some areas come inland more, whereas in Paekākāriki you've got a smaller area of influence that the modelling showing that you're going to be influenced by sea level rise through either erosion or the sea coming up over the top and flooding, like, for example, what happened at Nakra Beach with Gita. The sea surged over the beach barrier at Nakra Beach and just washed its way all the way back through those communities there. So the modelling shows you the areas at risk given those different sea level rise scenarios.
But are they what you're defining as coastline? I'm still trying to understand what coastline is.
So for this we're looking at the influences in the coastal areas now.
Okay, so maybe you should be able to speak. Coastlines are the edge of the coastline.
So it's where it's not built on. It's the edge of the
So it's
coast.
the edge of this coast meets the sea.
Okay, so that's the beach.
Or some
Basically.
parts of it is like if you look at Ramati, some of the houses are built right up to the line of where the dunes are, and some of them are set back. So that's all different. The maps sort of show the setback as well. So the coastline is the edge, so there's 38 kilometres of the coastline is in Kāpiti.
But the coastline with the modelling goes inland over time, so there will be a changed coastline. I won't say where it is with the sea level rise modelling.
So it's to the dunes, is it?
Yeah. Okay, so there's a question over here, I think. Yes.
I'll ask a question again, maybe less cutting in front of something.
Yes.
Why are we trying to define coastline? If we know what decision you're going to use the information for, then we can make sure we're answering in a way that's going to support that decision making. To look at a map at that scale is not really helpful for an audience of this size.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
my question is, you keep saying will happen. Can you give me the exact evidence of how much the sea has risen in the last 30 years in Takutai? What's the measurement?
There's a graph up there showing.
No, it's not that.
No, that's Wellington at.
What's the measurement of the actual sea rise in Paekākāriki in the last 30 years? Please answer that question.
Yeah, look, I'm not a coastal scientist, I'm a facilitator.
No, but this is
So,
all assumed.
Yeah, so no,
Actual measurements.
okay, I can't tell you. Put a question on the board.
I can tell you, it's 2.84 millimetres per year
Yeah.
over each year of the last 60 years, and that's twice the rate of the previous 60 years.
So we've got measurements that show that.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, so we'll capture that question and answer that. Okay. Look, I think, should we go and answer the question on the thing and we'll come back and just finish up because I'm the facilitator, we've got the question set, I'm not the scientist. So I'll let's just answer this question, we'll come back and I'll take a few more questions at the end, okay? Thank you. Right, everyone, just we'll do the last round. Abby, if you can. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
So we said in a way that the coastline and the sea is intertwined with us, and it defines us as a space. And so that's really important. Just those things about also the interface between the coastline and the ecological well-being of our sea, that we've got the marine reserve, all those kinds of assets that we have through wildlife, bird life and such like. Also the other thing is our recreational, opportunities through that safe coastline, the ability to swimming and such like, and how we use also that coastline for community connection, like we taking dogs for walks, conversations and such like.
How important is the coastline to you and why it's fundamental? Its connection to nature, the sunsets, the therapeutic, I guess the sounds of the ocean, and I guess the vastness of it as well. So it contributes to well-being. It's unconstrained. It's healthy. It's a healthy place for recreation. It's natural and a rich resource. Incredible depth of biodiversity. And yeah, something that probably hasn't been talked too much about is the rocky shoreline as well, and the importance of that to the wider ecosystem. But yeah, fundamental.
So, at the outset we did say that the coast defines this village, that's why we live here, but no disrespect intended to do justice to what we actually talked about. The question also feels like a distraction, and we're really concerned about what we're looking at for our children and grandchildren, and we accept that what we want in life may not be possible, and we feel that we could actually have better discussion, better ideas and responses if we had a shared understanding of the kind of context we're making these decisions within. Thank you.
Again, the identity of the village, we live here because we love the ocean, the coast is just a part of who we are. Access to the beach matters to be able to do all of those things. But we did have an interesting discussion of, okay, well, step one, the maintain seawall and give us a bit of breathing room to think about that longer term. But, we are going to have that harder discussion around the trade-offs, and we need to know, as you said, the context of that, and are we going to trade off access to the beach and being able to walk up and down and having a seawall that protects houses and things, but it felt to us like that's a discussion that, we need a bit more comfort about the present, to then be able to feel comfortable in having that longer term discussion.
Like others, we felt that the sea is integral to our well-being, with Kāpiti defining our vista. There was the rejuvenation of the energy of the sea, the mental health respite, the lack of pollution, the sense of space and distance, the short period of time to get from the house to the beach, the ability to live close to the sea, surfing, being able to immerse yourself in the energy of the beach, and the daily observation of wildlife.
we think it's very important for all the reasons that have been said so far.
Same again, worth protecting, worth maintaining, and worth fighting for.
Already answered earlier. Just, yeah. We got distracted and the conversation went all over the place. We feel that the real issues have not been addressed at this meeting without the context or framing with real information. I'm just going to speak for myself. And I don't want to offend or to be disrespectful, but it's only a few months ago that I heard about CAP. And it was through a flyer at my door that we received through the residents group in Ramati. And but I hadn't really heard about this, and I know it's maybe not the right place to say, but I'm going to take my place for this. 3 years on, and we're only starting these conversations. They cannot stop. They've got to continue, not online. They've got to continue face to face. That's what I'm concerned about. This is probably the most important meetings to take place on this coastline. And we don't want to shut down people. We don't want to restrict crowd numbers. We want to have real conversations, and I for one was really worried that I had only started hearing about CAT a few months ago through the flyer that got placed at my doorstep. So we need to carry on with these conversations and not shut them down. Next week, there we go.
Here we talked about pretty much the same as everyone else touched on, village identity, aesthetic, recreational, ecology, well-being. So it's very important. We also said it's equally important that it stays where it is. Yeah, thank you.
All right. So thank you everyone for your heartfelt contributions. I agree these face-to-face sessions are so important. We've got a wonderful community. I used to live in Wellington and dream about living out here in terms of Paekākāriki and the train and the beautiful environment we have here. So definitely stay in the conversation and really respect those sort of comments, because they are very heartfelt and appreciated. Look, I want to just say that in terms of the questions that went all over the place before, please put questions on the board. They will be answered by the team. And just to let you know that there's a lot of questions, there's a lot of questions being asked about the Jacobs report and the modelling. If you subscribe to the newsletter and the website, the council, I understand, has just put a whole lot of information and Q&As up about that, and they'll rerun that process again and make sure that you can see all that information. The council has also recently written to MFE and Department of Conservation, they're the ones that set the guidelines for how councils do this work, asking for clarification, asking for more information about, the council doing the right thing. So they haven't heard back from the government on those things, but I think, these sessions are fantastic. I think it's been a great contribution to our process. Jim, Jerry over here. Who's Jerry? Jerry here and Jim. They both said to me, they're on the CAP essentially we want to really understand better your community, so when the CAP looks at the various ideas and options, we need to come back and look at what are the possible adaptation options that really fit best for this community. So with that, I'd like to just ask Jim to thank everyone for coming, and any questions, as I said, please put them on the board. I know people are shaking their head, but it was 8 o'clock, we've given ourselves this amount of time, we've asked everyone to be respectful. So, look, I'll take 2 questions and then we'll finish up. So one here.
My question was, can we go through all of the questions? Because I think everyone here would appreciate a really open Q&A. I mean,
Yes.
that's what it's about.
We don't have all the experts here that are advising to answer the questions, so I think, Adam, you'll put the questions online and we can make sure that the answers are fed back, because a lot of the questions go to different expertise, so we just can't, it's not fair to offer them on the hoop.
Why aren't the people here so we can have these discussions?
Yeah, look, this is the first stage of the process, we're just getting your values. This is not the last conversation, so please.
Given what you've said, I think I might be speaking for quite a few people here, or mistake them. The next meeting you have, could it please start with an array of the basic statistical data from the relevant disciplines, because that is what the model has to use. Then it's turned into a model with a predictive with predictions, and we need to know what they are, and then, probably on a yearly or 2-yearly basis, as everything changes, the prior assumptions then have to be right. So we need to be fed very quickly with the very basic science that covers that classic model. And it could have been, if it doesn't exist, I think it should have been said first, and therefore we knew that the guts of it is not going to be at this meeting.
Okay.
There's going to be just what you have said and nothing
Yeah,
else.
this is a community's day to feed into the...
I know what it's for,
yes.
but I find it disappointing that it wasn't said at the beginning that we're not going to talk about those facts.
Yeah, I mean, a normal process is Q&A. At the end of a really important meeting like this, there should be an open Q&A. And you should have the people here, I feel, to answer questions from people.
We've had quite a lot of Q&A, and I've answered it from the best of my knowledge. The experts that answer some of these questions, they aren't here today. So this is not part of the process. We're at step 1 of a 10-step process. So this is... Well, I think everyone had the opportunity to book in.
No. I went on the line last night to book this ticket, it said it was full. So did my neighbour and one of the other people that were in here. So it gave us the illusion that this meeting was already full. And then it came back and said, but we'll put you on the wait list. And then today, it said, oh, you can get it announced through.
Well, I
So
think...
if I'd seen that and I didn't think it was all good, I didn't think it would apply to me tonight. And like my other neighbour here, I only found out about this meeting in the last 24 hours. I didn't know any of the decisions existed. And so there's actually a level of anxiety that's building within the community about what the process is that's going on here.
Yes.
People don't fully know the picture. So there's a lot of this going on.
Yes. Yeah, understand that.
So it needs to be clearer.
Yes.
And it needs to be continued
Look, we're listening. The team are here to listen, and look, I totally understand the frustration. Yeah.
Look, can I just say that this is the start of the process. So if the feel of the room is that you want science in the room to talk about science, the parking lot is a really good place for us to take the feedback and start to look at them. There are lots of opportunities through through the online information that we've got up that you can look at the detailed science. It was never the intent to dive deep into the science, no. If you want to do that, we're quite happy to provide that information. But this has been a really good discussion. I'm going to ask us to wrap it up tonight You've got your parking lot questions, we'll take those away and we'll bring them back. So again, thank you for your time this evening. I'm going to ask us to wrap up and thank you for attending.
Sorry, I'll just pass through the chain, sorry.
We've been told that there will be no more in-person engagement, that everything's going online, or you can go to a small hub to talk to one council member. Are you going to review that, given that there seems to be a quite...
I can't hear you.
Can you comment on the fact that there will be no more in-person community engagement, that everything will be going online onto Zoom, and or you can go to a small hub and talk to one council member? It seems quite evident here that people want to have further discussion in person. Can you comment on that and whether that can be reviewed?
Thank you, good question. Look, I'm happy to consider and reconsider whatever the feel of our community wants. I just want to clarify that the point of the hub is not to meet with one councillor. If I think about this week, the hub we had in Paraparaumu, there were 3 councillors there on one day. You know, so to think that there's just one councillor is incorrect. But in response to your earlier question, I'm open. You know, I'm open to considering what you would like us to consider. And I certainly hope that gentleman there doesn't think that your question is a joke, because I'm not sure what you're laughing at. But I'm going to pass to Jim. I'm going to ask us to close, and then we're happy to discuss a little bit further as we leave. But thank you again for attending.
Thanks, Sarah. Can I thank you all for coming? I think it's tremendous that the interest is here. You want the information as best you can get it from council or from wherever else. And we are in new territory. It's the first time the council or councils across New Zealand have been reaching out to their community to discuss something that is a relatively new topic, sea level rise and the implications that has for the communities, those in the coastal regions. And so thank you for coming, thank you for contributing. There's many of you have contributed tonight, and that's excellent. I now want to ask for the closing Kāpiti. Thank you.
Can we just thank the facilitator, I think, for excellent facilitation tonight.
Yes.
Thank you, that's a really good comment and sense in that. E moi tātou a closing tātou. Kia tau ki tātou katoa, te atawhai o te tātou ariki i reo karati. E te arapa o te atua, e te whitinga ahitanga ki te wari o tātou. Ake. Thank you.
Is he on an ice?
Kind of the climate change and adaptation Cities Agreement Council. Long background in sustainability as many hot, so I'm excited to be given the partner's well, my job just moved to the hut, so potentially, consider me. Yeah. Katie, so
So Katie looks after the whole like massive treasury climate change fund. And I'm ex-Sustainable Business Network, and I'm looking after the other kind of River Valley project, so we're flooding. I'm the generation lead for that. And so a whole bunch of us at the table know each other from climate spaces anyway. So I feel like we're a pretty warm table. But our entire house is sustainability because people are crowd sharing a bunch of stuff that is. If it's not me, someone in the house will do it. What is your favorite? You in the space together? Oh, we seriously, my dad was a couple. It's a cool community. Yeah. I mean, you've got like uncles everywhere in Vancouver. That's cool. I had a brief stint in the tech industry. I started as basically post for Tinder and using tech volunteers for charities for so I got into this whole community organised space. Yeah. Just a bunch of us, like 20 young women that are early 20s that kind of try to run a tech company. Well, Sophie and everyone's got my details, so yeah. Holly Norton. Oh, fantastic. Oh, give it a second. Where is it going? I'm going to go. We're going to the hub now.